everybody. Welcome to Bible Study Live at the table. It is week 3, and we are back with you again. Who's excited?
I am.
That's right. Raise your hands. Put a hands up emoji in the comments. We are on Facebook, which is being monitored by Wendy. And we are on YouTube, which is being monitored by Beth. And so, as you guys sign on, please write where you're joining us from. I heard Wendy squeal a little bit when she saw Puerto Rico represent. Yeah. And then I saw some Orange County, California. British Columbia. Michigan.
We got Ohio.
Woo woo, OH.
I-O.
That's right. Jesse knows what's up. All right. Well, as you write where you're joining us from, I would love to tell you a little bit about Bible Study Live at the table. Then we're going to get into some fun introductions and a little icebreaker, which I love. So, Bible Study Live at the table is every Thursday night during our Get Your Life Back online Bible study by John Eldredge. And it's at 8 p.m. and it's a time to discuss questions that you had during the study. So each week we read about 2 to 3 chapters a week. And so we looked on Instagram, Facebook, and Study Central just to see what kind of questions you guys had, if you're struggling with anything, and then we're going to discuss it right here tonight. So, do you think we should maybe do a giveaway and maybe talk about Bible study snacks? Yeah. That's always fun, right? Yeah. Bible study is fun for a few reasons. Community, truth, and snacks.
Don't ask me to say which is more important right now, because these all are really good.
It kind of just depends. So, Wendy, why don't you introduce yourself a little bit about, tell what you do, and then let's show your snack. I would love for them to hear it.
Wendy Blythe, my job description here is I'm the biblical content specialist for online Bible study.
Right.
I have the longest name. Basically, I help with theology questions and writing things. My snack is, and I generally bring it wherever I go because I can't have dairy.
She keeps it in her purse.
They're Ghirardelli sea salt intense dark chocolate.
Oh, intense.
Yes, that's what I would say.
It again.
Intense.
Dark chocolate.
Okay. Do you get intense because would you say you're intense?
No.
I wouldn't say you're intense either, but I just thought that was fun. All right, Miss Beth, why don't you share a little bit about what you do?
Okay.
And your snack.
Okay. I'm Beth Anderson, and I am the volunteer manager for the Ministry Studies team. And if you're interested, can I go ahead?
Yeah, let's do it.
If you are interested in volunteering, just put a little comment, I'm interested in volunteering, and I'll get to you.
We have over, 200
Over
volunteers?
250 volunteers between our first 5 and OBS teams. And next week, we are doing a volunteer push.
Right. This is a little precursor to that.
That's right. And my snack tonight is grapes. Melissa brought grapes to the office the other day, and they were so good. So I went and got grapes.
Oh, I'm glad they're not the same ones that she brought.
No, they're not. They're fresh.
They're fresh.
I hope.
I'm nervous about what kind of grapes she brought, if the fact that they're not fresh.
Well, no, that was the other day.
I thought she brought rotten grapes. I was like, that is an interesting tactic.
Leftover grapes. Okay. These are not leftovers. These are fresh.
Yeah, I've eaten a few of those. They're pretty good. And if you don't know who Melissa is, she's our boss. She's the senior director of online Bible studies. And then my name is Kendra. I'm the senior manager of online Bible studies. And if you know anything about me at all, it's probably the fact that I love chips. And so I brought kettle cooked chips, everybody.
I keep eating them.
Yeah, me too. They have a great crunch to them. They go with everything. And so I like that we have a mix, girls. We have chocolate, salty, and then fruit.
Salty and healthy.
Sweet, salty, thank you. I was like, chocolate.
All of the food groups.
That's right. Except carbs. We should have brought a loaf of bread. So why don't you guys go ahead and write your favorite Bible study snack in the chat on YouTube and Facebook. And if you do that, we are going to be picking 2 winners tonight after we're all said and done answering the questions. And you could win the ultimate Bible study pack. So let me show you what it is. We'll pick 1 winner from Facebook and 1 winner from YouTube, but you will win a signed copy of Get Your Life Back by John Eldredge himself. He signed right here above the John on the book. And so you can win this. If you already have it, this might be a great Christmas gift. or just a great resource to give to a friend. And then we also, I can't take it out of the packaging or you would get it opened, which is kind of rude. And so this is actually an anchor keychain to maybe remind you of truth and how it can anchor you, but also because there's a boat on the cover, we just thought that was kind of fun.
She ran out.
And then,
okay,
nice, a lot of pens. And then we have an online Bible studies ingrained pen. So that way you will always think of OBS as you do your Bible study.
And I because John Eldredge is a man, this would be a great book for, we don't always do a lot of books that are good for husbands or sons or fathers. And that's a good one.
Yeah, that's so true. So maybe you can give this to a man in your life, son, brother, nephew, cousin, husband. So go ahead and write in the chat, and at the end we will pick one winner from Facebook and one winner from YouTube.
Okay.
So are you girls ready to get into tonight's questions?
Yes.
Yes? Okay, let's do it. So question number 1, and please write your responses in the chat as well. We always learn so much from you, and some of these stumped us this week. Or we saw ourselves like, oh, I have the same question.
Right.
So we need help, and that's the beauty of community. That's right.
I'm sorry, but I love, can I just say some of these snacks?
Oh, sure.
Like Moose Tracks ice cream. That's so fun.
That sounds like fun.
And one thing we don't have here, but that is a great Bible study snack, is nuts. All kinds of nuts, almonds, cashews, peanut butter filled pretzels.
We've on this side we've got strawberries, plantain chips and hummus.
Oh, I love plantain chips.
Grapes and cubed cheese. You know,
Beth feels strongly about grapes and cubed cheese.
I actually have some cheese. It's those Baby Bell Gouda.
Oh, that's
but
right.
I didn't get them out because Wendy is non-dairy, and so I didn't get them out.
That's sad.
So
Thank you. That's so nice. Thank you.
But yeah, grapes and cheese. I'm with you, girl.
Yeah.
All right, ladies. That is so fun. Keep writing those in the chat. We love to see. And we'll go with question number 1, okay?
Okay.
So, it says this. I'm struggling with the concept of slowing down when I look around and see so many things that need to get done. Mm-hmm. How can I take care of my mental health and my responsibilities? So when the laundry is piling high, when the dishes are overflowing, how do we help our mental health and responsibilities?
Stressing me out just
thinking. I know, I'm so sorry.
The easy answer is close your eyes.
Yeah.
So you don't see it. But that's not a good answer.
At least
it's not helpful.
It goes away for a short time.
Right.
It's not a helpful answer. All right, so
let's see, how do we do it, ladies?
How do we do it?
Any thoughts?
Do you want to say, or do you want me to say?
No, you go.
Okay,
ahead.
like
you go
this is my struggle. So I look at all my notes. So first of all, I want to define it a little bit more because when we talked, I realized I didn't address the thing that should come first, and that is what is mental health and what is responsibilities. Mm-hmm. And so the way we were talking about it before we jumped on here was responsibilities are what we have to do, right? And that's really not the problem. We have those we have to do. I think our problem is mental health because it's less pressing to us. Our responsibilities feel like they're pressing on us, and mental health we keep putting off because it's not right there calling our name, or it's not a child pulling on us, it's not a work assignment that has to be done. And so what I wrote down is practically there's ways we can do it, and spiritually. So practically, we have to intentionally stop. You just have to stop and choose something that you can do. Whether you take, like my husband can sit on a couch for 10 minutes and take a nap in the middle of the day. He literally can fall asleep. I can't, that's not me, but that works for him. Mm-hmm. I have another friend who can do that. So if you can do that, they say that is a perfect refresher for you to do that. Have a devotional book, and at a certain time during the day, just pick that up and read one devotion. It takes 5 minutes, and usually there's a question. You can think about it. Sit outside and don't have music, don't have anything. Just sit outside and listen and watch and look around. Put on some worship music listen to Jessie. Just listen to Jessie.
Yes,
sing.
Jessie Bigelow.
Jessie
Bigelow
on our team has a beautiful voice.
Beautiful voice.
Another thing I like to do practically, the last thing, is to breathe. But it's really important you don't just it's like 4 seconds in and 8 seconds out. And 8 seconds is a long time.
4 in.
Just count and then breathe out. Try to do 8 and try to do it about 5 to 8 times.
Okay.
And that's just being still, sitting somewhere and doing that. And you will be completely surprised. It's scientific how it just renews and refreshes you. So that's practically. But I think the other part that I think we need to do even more is when we take that time away, I want you to see how important it is, how many times we see in Scripture. Psalm 37:7 says, be still. And it doesn't just say wait for the Lord. It says wait patiently for the Lord. Psalm 62:5 says, find rest in God alone, O my soul. So see, it's not just necessarily, oh, our mind needs a rest, which it does, or my body needs a rest, but it's our soul that needs the rest, because that's how we get refilled, is resting our soul. That's what that breathing gets way down there. David says in Psalm 23, what does it say? I love it. It says, he makes me, God makes me lie down in green pastures, and he leads me beside still waters. And if we don't do it ourselves, things will happen that it is going to make us. Yes, it will
require us to slow down.
And that be still in Psalm 37:7 is also in Psalm 46:10 and also in Exodus 14:14. So I think
the
God
Lord
makes
speaks
very
in repetition.
Clear. Yeah, exactly.
That's good. That's good.
Very clear. All right. Do we have any thoughts on that in the chat? Anything? Maybe some examples or
prioritizing. DCH. I'm learning to prioritize, and by doing the most important things first, I don't feel so failure-ish when I don't get everything done. That's a great tip.
Prioritizing. I know it does feel good when you look around and you do one quick thing. You feel like you're gaining momentum.
Yeah. Anna says a hot bath, just a short,
nice.
A half an hour power nap. That's what Sue said. That's what they call it. We call it a
power
cat nap,
nap.
but power nap is good.
But I think you're right, Wendy. I think you hit the nail on the head. It isn't necessarily our responsibilities. It's our mental health and how we deal with that, which will kind of put things into perspective if we give it.
Don't put it on the shelf. Let it be the priority. So then when you do it, priority doesn't mean it takes a lot of time. It just means you make it a priority. And then when you do that, everything else will. And it's consistency too. You can't one time a week do that. The whole point is make that part of your practice.
A practice, exactly.
People are saying it. You need to practice it to get better at it, and that's so true.
And if you're joining us for the first time, so Get Your Life Back is the book that we're reading together right now in online Bible studies. And there's 12 simple practices that John leads us through to help us get our life back. Do you have to do all 12? Absolutely not. But this is an opportunity just to focus on a few things to help you start gaining good rhythms and habits to experience the Lord a little more.
Here's another really practical tip.
Okay.
And everybody's saying that they love this. Jennifer Lord, I set my timer for 30 minutes in the evening and work on a chore. When the 30 minutes are done, I stop. It's amazing what you can do in 30 minutes.
Oh, that's fun. I love that.
Yeah,
setting a timer.
Really
it's kind of like Barney. Remember when you put up the cleanup song or put on the cleanup song? Anybody watch that or have their children watch that?
My kids
yes, they would have just a short time to clean up, and once the song was over, they were usually done. All right, let's go on to number 2. And it says this: I am struggling to let go and experience what it seems others are enjoying. Am I the only one? I have moments during the pauses that feel freeing. I am also using the app, which is the 1-minute pause app, but there is still so much anxiety and stress throughout the day. So pretty much how do I enjoy life? Especially when others around you seem to be enjoying it a lot more than you are.
Well, first of all, I think that you're not alone. There are other people that are going through the same stresses and difficulties.
I think social media adds to that.
I think social media adds to that, and the pace of our busyness adds to that too. So I think you're not alone. So the easy answer, am I the only one? No, you're not. And so I think the Pause app is one great tool. But then there are other things. And one of the things that is really important to me is gratitude. And we have to really stop and think, because we all have difficult things going on in our lives. But what are the blessings? And, looking up some scriptures on attitude, there are so many scriptures. Ephesians 4:23, to be made new in the attitude of your minds. Romans 15:5, may the God who gives endurance and encouragement give you the same attitude of mind toward each other that Christ Jesus had. And having the mindset of Jesus is so helpful. There was another one in here. I'm not finding it. Not finding that one that I had wanted.
And I think gratitude is really important, and I think it focuses your mind back on maybe the small good things going on in your life. But even if you think to yourself, like, there's nothing good going on, it can be as simple as I have internet to watch this live right now. You know, like there's little things that we can find, or even if it's like I am able to have this book to open to read. So you can work up to maybe to more.
You've got to look for the little things, the dailies, like we had said before. There's a song out now that I can't get out of my head.
Oh, what is it? Maybe Jesse will sing it for us.
It's called I'm So Blessed. And so it's a brother and two sisters that sing it, the Canes, or Kane is the name of the band. And they're just talking about, things are hard, struggles come my way, but I'm so blessed. And as long as I have you, Lord, I'm so blessed.
Man.
And so it's, that attitude change, just making sure that, yes, we're all going to have stress and anxiety, but we need put our minds on the things that are going to strengthen them and draw us closer to Jesus.
Yeah, that's good, Beth. Thank you so much. Any other thoughts from our lovely ladies on social media?
Donna Riggs says, it keeps moving up. Try to write down in my prayer journal praise items, no matter what side, even if they're little. And I think that's another great way, is to have yourself a journal. Or when my kids were home, we had a little thankful jar that you could write out something you're thankful in, and then we would say at the end of the night at dinner or whatever.
Oh, I love that.
What we're thankful for. Because sometimes if you have a really bad day, the thing you might be most thankful for is that I have a bed to sleep in this night. You know what I'm saying? Because I want the day to be over. But you know what? I have a home and I have a bed that I can sleep in, and a pillow and a comforter, and sometimes it's okay, because
don't feel shame in that.
Because joy can sometimes come even when it's hard, because it's not happiness.
Right.
We might have times we're just not happy, but we have the joy of the Lord, and then we find it in these moments of that. This person said attitude of gratitude.
Attitude of gratitude.
And a lot of people are writing that they journal and write something that they're grateful for every day.
Oh, fuzzy slippers. Wear your fuzzy slippers.
Oh, next week we should all wear our fuzzy slippers, and we can talk about that.
I do have fuzzy slippers.
Do you? I almost just wore socks today, but I was like, I don't know.
Notice the small things. That's what she said. What's her name? Suzanne. Yeah, notice in naming the small things. Fuzzy slippers, hot coffee, a stranger's smile.
Oh, nice.
When you begin to notice the small things, you see them more.
That's so good.
I love that.
Jennifer Smith, I was overwhelmed at work today and took 5 minutes to walk outside, take a breath, and just thank God for His creation.
It's amazing what getting outside can do. I know Jessie goes on a walk almost every morning with her daughter. I know another one of our teammates, Christina, blocks off time to go on a walk every day around lunchtime. I know you go on walks a lot, Beth.
I love my walks in the woods.
That's one of chapter 7 this week is titled Get Outside. Yeah. And so I think there's a lot to say about being in God's creation. All right, everybody, let's move on to question number 3, which is our final question tonight. And that is this. I really struggle with the idea of transitions and have long said that inefficiency is my biggest pet peeve. I'm constantly wanting to check off the next task on my to-do list. Any suggestions on how to slowly start implementing transitions, especially when we still live and work in a world that constantly expects that from us? So, I think I love the whole idea of transitions, and I don't like inefficiency. I even kind of get upset, you guys, this is just me being honest. If you're ever walking in an airport and you are maybe behind some people that are just leisurely walking. Their flight might not be taking off for another hour. But I am trying to get to my gate.
Yes.
And just to get established, not really because I'm missing a flight, but people who don't walk with a purpose, pet peeve. And I think that goes into the whole idea of inefficiency. But I was a cheerleader, and I just hear my coach saying, walk with a purpose, just clapping her hands all the time. So I think I just like really.
Do you walk through the airport doing that? Walk with a purpose.
Yeah, I should. Get to your spot. Get to your spot.
And get out of my spot.
Yeah, you're in my spot. Just kidding. I'm just showing you guys a little side of myself, but I understand inefficiency.
Here's another, okay, so a lot of times we're transitioning when we leave I didn't have an answer for this till you just said this, and I think about something I do. When I'm going from, like when I left my house to come here.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm the kind that wants to go around people that are going slow. But lately, what I've been trying to make myself do, and I didn't think about it being a transition, but I try to stay in the same lane now. And no matter what happens, I just stay where I am. And if there's a slow person in front of me, that's okay.
So
because
you stay in the slow lane. You don't go slow in the fast lane, right?
No.
Thank you.
I'm not. I'm just the one I'm trying to stay where I am, to train myself, quit trying to be in such a hurry to get where you're going and enjoy the music I'm listening to in the car. And because I am always wanting to do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now I'm trying to stop. And I actually am enjoying being in the car more because I'm not doing that. I'm just like going, but I have to make sure I leave a little bit early.
There you go, Wendy. You know yourself so well.
Yeah, I'm bad about that because...
About traffic or transition?
Well, talking about the confessional and the traffic, because I always put the Waze app on so I can make sure I get to work the quickest way.
You love to beat your time.
And I try to beat the time that it says at the beginning.
Well, just try one day to just stay in the lane no matter how slow the person is. Just stay there.
Wow.
Just try it. If you hate it, you don't have to do it again.
Okay. See, I love this.
Yeah. I can't wait for a report back next week.
So inefficiency.
I do understand wanting to go to the next task and check things off my to-do list. Yeah. I operate very similarly to that.
Yeah, you do.
And I was talking to them before we started about how I've been trying to add transition into my day, because what I do is I block my calendar from one thing to the next, and sometimes it's really hard to put my mind on the budget, because I do a lot of budget number stuff for my job. So I go from budget to then hosting some audio teachings for our First 5 app. And going from one thing that uses one part of my brain to another can be really hard. But I was telling them, before I start the audio recording, I usually pray over the person giving the teaching and then also just what we have in front of us. And it does help me get into the mindset. And so that's just a simple transition. Even though I'm back to back, I still I try to take a little time to kind of get myself in the mindset.
And John Eldridge says our souls need transition time. And that's something that I really hadn't thought about a lot. And then he also says on page 73, to loosen our grasp on efficiency. And I'm like, wow, that's kind of hard.
Yeah. John gives some practical ways we can have transitions in our life. And so 2 of those ways, they're on page 73 if you have your book. But he says, if you have 5 minutes of waiting time, don't look at your phone. Just be. Look around and people watch. Okay. And so instead of just scrolling, which uses your mind, it's more of just training yourself to just be in the moment. And then he says, when planning events like holidays or vacations, this is great for Thanksgiving and Christmas coming up for those of us that have those on the calendar. He says, when planning events like holidays or vacations, or coming demands such as memorial service we must attend, create a little space for the transition needed before and after, especially after.
That's good.
Meaning, take some time to yourself to really process through maybe a memorial service you just attended, or even to decompress after hosting a party. Yeah. Just that transition time to help yourself.
Jessica wrote, I didn't transition today or pause, and I absolutely crashed at the end of the day, and I feel terrible. Taking the time to transition and pause is so important.
I love that she's seeing a difference.
Yeah, that's really great. That's really great.
Wow, yeah. That's what we were hoping for when we picked this book. So thank you for sharing that. That's huge.
Anything else? Kathleen says, I leave earlier, for example, in the morning to go to the store if I need something instead of putting it off. And then they're talking about pausing, letting go. Janice says, block a place for your mind. Pause. Okay.
And she didn't write it in here, but I see Missy Young is in here. She's one of my good friends,
Oh,
one of our good Proverbs friends.
Big fan of Missy.
And Missy is really good about going outside. She lives in Las Vegas, but she also has a place that she can go to in the mountains by her house. And she goes out there. And Missy's really good at reminding me. She'll send a picture of being outside where she sees a deer or other little cute creatures out there. So Missy always encourages me to go outside.
She has posted pictures of creatures that I had never heard of before.
Yeah.
So,
I love that.
Yeah, I love it.
That's awesome. All right. Well, everyone, you can still go ahead and comment and give different ideas to us because we always learn from you. But we do have 2 giveaway winners. And so the time has come to announce who those are. So just a reminder, you will, if your name is called, you will win a signed copy of Get Your Life Back, an Anchor keychain, and also
I just wanted to show the pen.
No, I think that's great. I'm so sorry. I keep, like, if you guys know Vanna White, you're like the Vanna White on my Bible studies to display and show what's happening. So here's the pen. Good job, Wendy. I appreciate your help. You're very kind to do that.
Does that make you Pat Sajak?
Yeah, that's me, Pat Sajak, coming to you live from Bible Study Live at the table. All right, you guys. So winners, we picked 1 from Facebook, 1 from YouTube. Number 1, we have Lee Botner. So if we call your name, Miss Lee, we need you to email Jessie@proverbs31.org. I believe there's a slide to show you the email. If there's not, it's JESSIE@proverbs31.org. Let her know that you won from Bible Study Live at the table, and she'll ensure you get your prize. All right, winner number 2 is Shalisha Andrews.
Yay!
Woo woo!
It's a pretty name.
It is very pretty. And so, Shalisha, please email Jessie@proverbs31.org. Say that you won, and you will get Bible Study Pack. So,
Great.
you guys, thank you so much for joining us. Keep sending in your questions. We would love to see what you're struggling with, or maybe something that doesn't make sense to you, and we would love to discuss it around this table next week. So if you have questions, you can even put them in this chat, or we're going to be asking for questions come Monday of next week.
Yeah, so if you'd like to see us discuss anything.
Yeah.
And we really do. Please put them. Don't be afraid to ask. We really, this is fun for us. We get to research before we come. So.
And think and reflect.
Yeah.
That's right. It benefits
and
us
realize
a lot.
what we're doing wrong and what we need to do right.
That's true. That's true. So hopefully you had a wonderful Bible study snack tonight. We enjoyed having you around the table, and you have a fabulous Thursday. Bye, everybody.
Bye.